Now, do you remember doing your exams at school? It's an incredibly stressful time for students, and one that thousands of youngsters across the country are currently going through. But here in Norfolk, students at the City College in Norwich have had some extra help in the form of meditation classes. And two of the people who are helping with this are Keir Brisbane and Benny Hemming, who have now opened a studio in Norwich and are hoping to bring meditation and mindfulness to the masses. So we thought we'd bring them in here and see how it all works. Morning to you both.
Hi, Anthony.
Do come a bit closer to the microphone. So, Keir, tell me first of all, when did your interest in the benefits of meditation begin?
I can remember meditating a bit as a kid. Just because there was something fascinating about it. But yeah, it was about 5 years ago probably that I first really started practicing properly.
It is an incredible... I mean, I'm rubbish at exams, and it is incredibly stressful for some students, isn't it? You really kind of build yourself up onto it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of them don't realise how stressed they are about it until they get in there, until they start trying to get to sleep at night and can't do it. Benny,
it's something that you think could be quite easy, but actually you do need to be taught some kind of technique, don't you? Because all of us think, deep. We all know about sort of the deep breaths bit. That's kind of a given. But are you actually sort of going beyond that then?
Yeah, I mean, we guide each meditation that we lead, and it just helps to keep people connected to their awareness, rather than, say, lost in thinking about past or future, what's coming up later on. Just grounding ourselves in our experience. So yeah, we guide each meditation.
Is it quite difficult to sort of achieve the balance? Because obviously you want them to be relaxed, but not so relaxed that their brain switches off, don't you?
Yeah, well, I mean, it often happens because people lead busy lifestyles, especially with kids at college, with all their exams, when they finally come around to actually meditating, because it's the first time they've been able to switch off, then they do tend to maybe fall asleep or, but that's fine, the more we do it, then more able to achieve a kind of relaxed state without falling asleep. So that's what we're trying to encourage, really, if you see what I mean.
It should work. Just a bit of, it sort of goes beyond the de-stressing care. Who else have you been working with then on this?
We visited City College and we were teaching actually there, and then the people, just anybody comes to our studio to meditate. Just anybody.
Because it can vary quite a bit, can't it, Benny?
Yeah.
In terms of because lots of people have sort of different needs for different things, in terms of just stopping for a moment, being a bit quieter. It's not necessarily those who you think have got the really stressful jobs. Sometimes it can be those who have fairly mundane jobs, but actually the stresses build up and they just need to relax a bit more.
Exactly, and I think everyone comes to meditation for a different reason, and so for me and Keir, it's about being open to people's needs and adapting what we teach to suit each person, I suppose, yeah.
Now, meditation is very closely linked with Buddhism. How do you keep the practice of meditation sort of separate from the religious faith connotations and sort of just put it into a place where anybody can access it? Has that been difficult for you both?
I've found it really easy, actually. Yeah. In fact, sort of easier than, because I've taught in a Buddhist context as well. And I just found that meditation is ultimately dealing with the mind and awareness, and Buddhists or whatever religion you come from, that it's not exclusive to those religions. It's just basic human experience in a way that we're working with, and it's just good to meet people directly. And if you believe in God, then that's great. You can work with that. You can really explore that faith in your meditation. And if you don't believe in God, then that's great. You can explore that in your meditation, and no matter what, that it leads somewhere helpful for them.
And are you hoping this will sort of expand out and that more education establishments or people will take opportunities with this?
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for. We think it can really help on a big scale. I mean, coming back to the Buddhist thing, we teach mindfulness, which kind of comes from Buddhism originally, but ultimately it points to awareness and bringing more awareness to our experience, whatever we're doing, bringing more awareness to the present moment, rather than being lost somewhere in thoughts.
Absolutely.
So ultimately that's what we're trying to achieve, and we feel like this can help everyone. It can help children, adults, whoever comes to it. So
it's interesting, because in sort of some of the recent sort of people surveys, social surveys that comes up, it seems anecdotally that the UK population are looking for something a bit more than just this earth. There is this sort of spiritual dimension, this willing to accept having a bit more grounding within their lives, and that's obviously something that meditation can help with, can't it? To actually ground you a bit more, put your feet back on the earth, which is because there's so much stress and everything else that happens.
I mean, I think whatever it is, anybody who decides that sitting on a cushion for an extended period of time is a good idea. I mean, they're getting the sense that the world of sort of thought and worrying about the future and trying to figure things out, there's another side as well. There's got to be something else to life, and they're just beginning to get a sense of that.
And I think people are starting to think a bit more about their own healthcare and well-being as well, so they're turning to things like meditation.
Fantastic. If people want more information, how can they get in touch with you? There's a website they can go to?
Yeah, we have a website. It's called aplacetomeditate.com. And
nice and easy to remember.
Nice and easy.
Well, I guess lots of parents saying thank you very much indeed for actually de-stressing a bit, and hopefully it leads on to other groups doing it. Keir, Benny, thank you very much for joining me. Thank you.